Hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to learn the last topic of waves, that is Doppler's effect. Doppler's effect. So, what it is and what equation he has given, that is what we exactly find it. We exactly understand it. And here mainly how to apply Doppler's effect equation to one particular problem is main thing. And one of the very important topic, most of the times they gave one question from this. That is, suppose you consider there is a source. Suppose I am the source. I am making some sound and you are at some 10 meter from me or 100 meter from me and you are able to hear me. So you are at 100 meters from me, some distance, you are at rest and I am at rest and I am making some sound and you are able to hear it. So the frequency of the sound that is delivered by me and the one received by you both remains same. That means if source and observer both are at rest, then frequency received by observer, that we call it as apparent frequency, that is equal to frequency original. So there is one source delivering some sound and there is one frequency, original frequency, and observer is hearing or receiving some frequency, that is FA. And if both are at rest, source and observer both are at rest, the frequency received by observer, the frequency produced by source, both remains same. That is the general thing happens. But what Doppler's effect says is, when there is a relative motion, what is that? When there is a relative motion between observer and source. So when there is a relative motion between observer and source, then what happens? Then what happens is, this FA becomes unequal to F0 such that either FA greater than F0 or FA less than F0. So two possibilities will be there. So here the frequency may increase or the frequency may decrease. Not original frequency, the frequency of the sound received by the observer. So when there is what? Relative motion. So what is the meaning of relative motion? Relative motion means what? Either object is moving, observer is moving, or source is moving, or both are moving. But one particular condition should be applied to apply this Doppler's effect. That is, first one, observer and source should move along same line. I am not telling same direction. I am telling along same line. Suppose this is observer, this is source. Observer moving like this, source moving like this. Then they are not moving along same line. They are moving along two different lines. So the first condition is they should move along same line, like this or like this, like this. They may move towards each other, away from each other, or one towards, one away. Possibilities are there. But they should move along one line. Like one is going behind, one is following, and one is coming in opposite direction. Like that. So the possibility can be anything. You can create or they will create. But the condition is they should move along one direction. One line, not one direction. they can be in same direction, they can be in opposite direction. So what he said is, if there is a observer and he is moving with a speed v naught, maybe like this or like this. Here there is a source, maybe like this or like this with a speed vs. And the source original frequency is, let's say, f, and the observer receiving frequency f dash. Then what relation he has given is f dash equal to f into v plus or minus v naught by v plus or minus vs. What is f? The frequency originally produced by the source, that is the original frequency. And what is v? So f is original frequency, and v is speed of sound. Now v naught is speed of observer. Now what is vs? Speed of source. So f dash, what is f dash? F dash is frequency, or better to say apparent frequency received by observer. So observer is receiving something else frequency other than original frequency. That frequency we call it as apparent frequency. So that effect we call it as Doppler's effect. What effect? When there is a relative motion between the source and observer, then what happens? There is a change in the frequency received by the observer. If both are at rest, no change. If one of them is moving or both are moving, then there is a change. So that's why when there is a relative motion between observer and source along one particular line, then you can calculate using this formula what is the apparent frequency received by it. Now here the confusion is, I am taking plus minus, but if for one problem either you have to take plus or you have to take minus. So the main thing what we have to understand here is how to find this one. How to find whether plus we should take or minus we should take. That is what we need to understand. For that I will tell you logical way. So please try to understand and remember. See here, the equation is apparent frequency f dash equal to f into v plus or minus v naught by v plus or minus vs. Now take one situation. Here one observer is at rest. Here one source is there and source is moving towards observer with a speed vs. And the original frequency is f. Now I will write the formula like f into v by v minus vs. You can ask me how. Of course you will ask me yes or no. But you are not here, that's why you are not asking. So I am only asking the question from your side and I will try to answer it. Okay. So v by v minus vs. Now here numerator no confusion because observer is at rest, so v naught 0. Oh, so observer or source is at rest, then no confusion. Simply you can take 0. But the confusion comes when it is moving. When it is moving, there are two possibilities, either towards or away. Like observer is at rest, here source is there. This can move towards or this can move away. So for one case plus will come, for another case minus will come. Now we have to understand when plus will come, when minus will come. Here in this situation minus is coming. How or why or how to understand that? See, think in a simple manner. As source approaches or observer approaches, frequency will increase obviously. Like there is one loudspeaker at particular point. When you are moving towards, you can observe the change in frequency. That will increase. When you move away, slowly that frequency will decrease. Similar way here, one thing that in a sensible way what we can say is, as source approaching observer, or as observer approaching source. Don't look at both of them simultaneously. Take suppose source is moving. Then source velocity will affect such that the resultant frequency or apparent frequency will increase. If observer is moving and that is also towards source, that effect also like increases. So if observer moves towards source or source moves towards observer, then the effect will be such that apparent frequency will increase. If source is moving away from observer or observer is moving away from source, then frequency received by the observer will decrease because they are moving away. That's why if source is moving towards or observer is moving towards, then apparent frequency should increase. Or if source is moving away or observer is moving away, then frequency should decrease. Based on that, we can write one thing. If source approaches observer, source is approaching, don't bother about observer, what he is doing. First you have to look at source, whether he is approaching or moving away. Approaching means coming towards observer. Then frequency should increase and source velocity in denominator. So this value should increase means denominator should be lesser. Lesser means what should be there here? Minus. So what you have to write? V minus Vs. So in any case, if observer is approaching, source is approaching observer, then in denominator what will come? V minus Vs. Obviously, if source moving away from observer, then what will come? V plus. Why? Because this will decrease. This will decrease means denominator should be more. So what is that? V plus Vs. So like this. Now next thing. Take observer. If observer moving away from source. Now observer is moving away. So observer is moving away means whether source is moving away or observer is moving away. But the effect should be such that this value should decrease. But observer velocity in numerator. So this value should decrease means this value should be less. Numerator should be less. So what should come? Minus. V minus V naught. Similar way, if observer approaches source, then what should come? V plus V naught. So if you remember these four cases, then you can solve any question related to Doppler effect. So here, remember anyone, remaining three will come automatically. How? I will explain you. See here, first, source approaching observer. So source approaching observer means frequency should increase. But source is in denominator, that's why less value. So V minus Vs. Then source moving away means V plus Vs. And in case of observer, reverse will come. Source approaches means V minus Vs. But observer approaches means V plus V naught. This way. Source approaches means minus will come, but observer approaches means plus will come. Reverse. If you remember this one case, this will come automatically. Or if you remember this will come automatically. And if you know this, and these two will come reverse of this one. So that way you can remember what is the way you can find apparent frequency formula. Now in this case, source moving towards observer. That's why source approaches observer. V minus Vs will come. And V naught is 0 obviously, so no confusion. So what is the formula? F into V by V minus Vs. But same thing we can also find in another way. I will show you. Now let us take here observer, here source. Both are at rest, suppose. First consider both are at rest. Now it is delivering some sound. So it will travel like this. Yes or no? So there is some frequency, there is some wavelength. And then lambda equal to V by F, speed by frequency. Now this case you consider. Observer is at rest, but source is moving towards. So in 1 second it will travel some distance and it will deliver. So the wavelength should compress in less distance. Earlier it was having this much, now it will compress in shorter length, so that what happens? Wavelength decreases. Here wavelength lambda, here wavelength lambda dash. So wavelength what happens? Decreases. And how to find that new wavelength? See here source is at rest. But how sound is reaching to observer? Sound will travel with some speed. What is the speed of sound? V. So that here the formula will become V by F. But here the relative speed will become, see, source is coming and speed is also coming. So what is the relative speed will become? V minus Vs by F. So here numerator V, here numerator V minus Vs. So the numerator decreased means wavelength what happens? Decreases. So that in this case the new frequency, what it will become? The new frequency is V by lambda dash. So V by lambda dash is V minus Vf by F. So F will go up, V minus Vs into F. Same formula. But if you try to understand in this manner, you may feel little bit complicated. That's why try to remember this formula and understand the logic, like when to take plus, when to take minus. So in last and final I will tell you, remember either source approaches or observer approaches. Source approaches observer means minus, V minus Vs. Then source moving away means it will become V plus Vs. So in observer case it will become reverse. As observer approaches, V plus V naught. Then observer moves away means V minus V naught. So that way if you remember it will become easier. But for every situation you can do in this manner. But it will become complicated and lengthy. But still I will give you more examples so that you will get confidence. Now one more example I will tell you. Suppose here one observer, here one source. Now observer is moving towards, source is moving towards. This is the situation. V naught, Vs and the original frequency F. Now the question is, what is the apparent frequency received by observer? What is the apparent frequency received by observer? Now apparent frequency means F dash equal to F into V plus or minus V naught by V plus or minus Vs. So this is the one beautiful formula given by Doppler's effect. Yes or no? Doppler has given. Now, so F dash equal to F into. See, you cannot take V naught or Vs 0 because both are moving. First confirmation. If any one is at rest, that you can take it as 0, first thing. Now, so not moving, so leave it. Now, the thing is, next, here numerator, plus or minus or. Now, when you want to write plus or minus in the numerator, here what term is there? Observer. So look at the observer. Forget about source. So observer is moving towards source. How he is moving? We don't want. First look at observer to write numerator. Observer is moving towards source. Observer is moving towards source means what happens? The frequency will increase. That means here the value will be such that this should increase. So this should increase means here greater value should come. So plus will come, V plus V naught. Or else if you have remembered all the four formula which I gave just before, then directly you can write observer approaching, so V plus V naught. Then source, to write denominator, look at source. Now forget about observer, observer is somewhere. But if you look at the diagram, source is also approaching observer. Then what will come? V minus Vs. Why? Because as source is also approaching, the frequency should increase. Frequency should increase means denominator should be less. Less means minus. So this way you try to understand the situation. Draw the diagram. Observer approaching or receding. Source approaching or receding. If you find the formula, then you can just substitute the values whatever they have given in the numerical. Now, one last and final I will explain you. This is observer and this is source going like this. Original frequency f. Now f dash equal to f into, first numerator means observer. Observer is moving towards source. Forget about it. How he is moving. Observer moving towards source means V plus V naught. Now look at this. Source is moving away from observer. See, here observer is there, source is moving away. Then what should come? V plus Vs. So this way, if you understand the logic like approaching or moving away, then you can get the formula, so that you can substitute the given data. Now, I will give you all the possible 8 situations, but you have to write the formula for apparent frequency, and that is the assignment for today. First one, observer at rest and source is approaching. Second one, observer is at rest and source is moving away. Then third one, observer is moving towards but source is at rest. Fourth situation, observer is moving away but source is at rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. In 4 situations, one is at rest, either observer or source, and other is moving either towards or away. Next, fifth one, observer and source both are approaching each other, and observer and source both are moving away from each other, and observer following source. Here it is like you are running behind the bus. Here source is following observer. This is the case like the bus is running behind you, but that you don't do it, okay? Don't run in front of the bus, but just example I am telling. So like this, these are the 8 different situations which are possible, which they can ask in the examination. Now your assignment is you have to find the formula for apparent frequency in each case. So that is your duty. So please complete that assignment and send me. Okay. Now, next, sometimes, very rare, mostly they will not give, but they will. If they give like that, then you have to understand. See here, this is observer, this is source, but still it is good to study it. This is the line joining them, and observer is going like this and source is going in another direction. Then, so the line joining them, if you consider at a one particular instant, because you cannot find at every instant, you can find at every instant, but at every instant it keep on changes. So they will ask at one particular instant. Then you cannot take this is V naught Vs. Let's take this is the velocity of observer and this is the velocity of source. Like this you take it as V1, this you take it as V2. this you take it as alpha, this you take it as beta. Then first thing you have to take components V1 cos alpha and perpendicular V1 sin alpha, and this one V2 cos beta and this one V2 sin beta. Now the situation will become, this is observer, this is source, and at this moment observer is approaching with a speed V1 cos alpha, source is approaching with a speed V2 cos beta. Now this is V0, this is Vs. Now they are approaching each other. Then what is the apparent frequency formula? You have already calculated. This is nothing but one of those situations which I have given just before, 8 situations. What is that? Observer and source approaching each other. Then V plus V0 by V minus Vr. Then V0 is this, Vs is this. But these are not V0, Vs. So if they are not moving along same line, if they are moving along to random directions, then you have to take components. One component along the line joining and another component in the perpendicular direction. And if there is an observer and if there is a source moving perpendicular, then there is no change in the frequency. So that's why you have to consider always velocities along the line joining. Along the line joining. So this is little bit lengthy and tough kind of question related to Doppler's effect. Rare chances are there, but still you try to remember and understand this, right? So this is what the basic thing and basic formula and basic situations, how to apply, how to find apparent frequency using the Doppler effect. But few questions will come which are like little bit tough or advanced level. So those questions, those applications, what kind will come, how it will come, we will see it in the coming class, right? Thank you.